Hey, Facebook, how's it going? I was smiling to myself today when I thought, I'm going to be six soon, 56. Not really, but that meant like 10 years ago, I was still working in a 9 to 5 job in London as a youth worker. If you've been following me, you'll know that I made a decision to move back home to Donegal in the middle of the recession back then, with not really much clue of what I would do or yeah, how it would work out. But I literally, like looking back now, I didn't realize what was happening. But the universe has a strange way of letting us know. But around about this time 10 years ago, I was really, I would say, down. A doctor tried to tell me I was depressed, and I was just like, I'm not depressed. I just don't like my job and I don't like my life, and I'm not sure what to do about it. I don't need antidepressants, right? And I remember thinking to myself, right, something needs to change. And I started making lots of lists of what I wanted to do. I was a youth worker making about 30,000 a year. My life was one big party. Let's put it like that. If you look back me 10 years ago, I was always out, always out and about, having the best time, having the time of my life. Why not, right? But coming near my 36th birthday, and I was just kind of like, is this it? Is this my life? Is this as good as it gets? I don't know if you've ever felt like that, but let me know if you have, because I was like, what am I going to do? What's next for me? I just didn't know. All I knew was that I didn't want to be in that job. So listen, if you're watching, I'm going to be sharing with you how speaking changed my life and changed my business, and how it can change yours as well. And also let me know in the comments, because I can't see who's here or who's watching. I'm trying to watch from my phone as well, but it's not coming up yet. But yeah, so I was in this 9 to 5 job, and I was thinking, what do I want to do? And I was literally making this, and I was okay. I could become an air hostess, right? I even looked at Ryanair at one stage, for God's sake. And I remember I was too small for all the other airlines, and Ryanair had just like got about the right height. And my brother was just like, "You really don't want to work for Ryanair?" And I was just like, "Yeah, what am I thinking? Back to the drawing board." But while I was making that decision, I remember going to work one day, and I picked up the Style magazine. I was sitting on the tube riding to work, and it was one of those articles. It was about Jim Rohn, who reckons that you are the average of the 5 people you're hanging out with. And I remember thinking to myself, and flashbacks from the crazy weekend I had before, kind of going, oh God, I really need to do something about this. But what is it? Universe, give me a sign, right? Have you ever felt like that? And a few days later, I remember I was at home. I had a lovely room in a beautiful house in Brixton with these two really lovely guys. And I heard a knock on the door. So I ran downstairs, and I was just like, hello. And it was this guy who I hadn't seen for a few years, and I had lent him some money. And he showed up on my doorstep to give me back the money. And I was just like, oh my God, wow. It was like £500, which at the time felt like a lot of money. It was about a week's wages for me at the time. And I was like, this is amazing. And, old Moira, straight away, it was just like, oh my God, I'm going to have a big party for my birthday. I'm going to invite all my friends. It's going to be amazing. And then I kind of thought, no, Moira, this is the sign that you've been looking for. This is an opportunity to do something different. And I thought to myself, right, what am I going to do with the money? Right. And I remember saying to myself, if you could do anything for your birthday, Moira, what would it be? And I said, I want to go to Paris. So I jumped online and I bought a ticket for myself on the Eurostar to Paris. I booked myself into this beautiful hotel, and I said, I'm going to Paris and I'm going to figure out my life. By the time I come back here on Monday morning, I'm going to know exactly what I want to do. So I went to Paris myself. Beautiful. I loved it. If you've never had a date with yourself in Paris, I highly advise it. So I'm sitting in this beautiful cafe in Montmartre. If you've ever been in Montmartre, I could see the Sacre-Cœur and out this window, beautiful streets out this window, and I'm there with my coffee, my croissant, my journal, and I have all these lists. What do I want? What do I not want? Where do I want to go? All of this. And I remember thinking, I could do anything, Moira. What is it? But nothing was really coming to mind. And to be honest, I felt a little dead inside. And I was just like, whatever happened to the difference I wanted to make in my 20s? Whatever happened to, all the how I wanted to help people? And where was that fire? I just felt like I didn't have it. And then my phone rings. And any other time, my phone would ring, and I would be like, it's my mom and dad. I'll get it later. But this day, when I saw the word home come up on the screen of my phone, I literally had this feeling of peace wash over me. And I said, I want to go home. And as soon as I said it, my whole body was just like, yes, yes. And my head was like, what the hell are you doing? This is crazy. Now, to put it in perspective for you, if you don't know me, I grew up in Scotland, moved to Ireland in the 80s, and I left when I was 18. So here's me at 36, and I can go anywhere in the world, and I want to go back to my small hometown in Donegal, a place that I never really wanted to be. But that's what I did, because that's what my heart told me to do. So I went back to London, packed in my job. Before I knew it, I was back living in Ireland. Now, like I said in the beginning, the word, like God, the universe, whatever you like to call it, works in mysterious ways, because little did I know that that voice was telling me that my mom didn't really have long to live. She only had about 4 years at that time. And I never knew why I felt such a strong pull towards going home at that time. It really didn't make any logical sense. I left a really great job. I had, great friends, a life, all of that. But again, inside me, it just didn't feel right. So I didn't care when I thought about losing the money. I was just like, well, what am I doing with the money anyway? I'm just shopping and I'm just partying all the time. So if I stop doing that, I won't need the money for a while. So I moved back home to Ireland. And if you follow me at all, the first business I started was a travel business, because I realized how amazing and stunningly beautiful this local area was, but what a lack of tourists there were. So I put together these Heartland Adventures, and I sold these travel packages for about 2 years really well. People loved it. People from all over the world come. At one point, there were helicopters arriving on our local football team, local football field. There was a TV documentary done about it. It was in the Irish Independent, the Irish Times. It was in the Irish Times travel magazine. It was really amazing. But I never really got into that business because I really wanted to make money from it. I just wanted to make a difference. And from doing that, I really learned so much about business, and I had that entrepreneurial fire lit. Let's call it. But because I wasn't really making any money, it was a seasonal thing. I was like, there has to be something else, because I need to live, and I need to I want to have a lifestyle. I want to be able to travel, all those things. So I started to really pay attention to what people were asking me for help with. And it turns out lots of people were asking me, how did you get those customers? And how did you get those groups? And how did you get that article? And what are you doing? And I was just like, oh my gosh, if I now start showing people how they can get their own customers for their businesses and teach them how to do sales like I do, then I won't have to go out and get everybody else customers. I can teach them to do it themselves. And that's what I did. So I got one client and another client and then another client. And then somewhere along the way, I decided also that this wasn't happening fast enough. And if you're a business owner watching this, really hear what I'm going to say. Often it's not that we're not good at what we do. It's not that we're not good at making money or making sales or getting clients or the work that we do. It's because whatever we're doing is not working fast enough, right? Can you relate to that, right? It's like what you make in a week, right? Or what you make in a month. Wouldn't that be better if you made it in a week? And what you make in a week, would it not be better if you made it in a day, right? Because wealth and business, it has a need for speed. And we're kind of taught this crazy things about money. And I'm going to be talking a lot about this in my challenge. I'll put a link to the Speak More, Make More challenge that's coming up at the end of the month. If you want to speak more, if you want to learn how I was able to create a multiple six-figure business 2 years after I discovered speaking, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can do that. But I realized that I needed things to go faster. Now, listen, I don't know who's watching, so please, say hello in the comments to me. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you've got any questions for me with anything that I'm sharing, I'd love to hear what they are. And if you can relate to what I'm saying about, making money in your business, and just imagine if your business was able to make as much as you make in a month, and to be able to make that in a week, and then that amount in a week, and being able to make that in a day. That's what I started thinking about at the time, because I wanted a certain lifestyle. And I really got into business because I wanted my business to give me a certain type of lifestyle. I wanted to travel. I wanted nice things. I wanted to drive a nice car. I wanted a lot of stuff, right? Now, when you get the stuff, it's different. And I have a whole other story about that. But anyway, it wasn't happening fast enough. And then I saw an opportunity to speak at a local event. And I was like, I have to be one of the people speaking on that stage. And I literally went to the office of the organizers. I walked in there, introduced myself, and I said my pitch over why I thought I should be one of the speakers. And the man graciously said, Maureen, we'd love to have you. And I was just like, really? Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. So then I walked out and kind of had a panic attack saying, what the hell am I going to talk about? And that's when the fear of speaking really kicked in for me. And, you know, it is the most feared thing after death. And I can really relate to that because people see me speak now and they think, oh, sure, you know, you have no trouble speaking. And I may not have any trouble speaking because I have a lot to say, but it doesn't mean that I don't have the same fears and doubts as everybody else. I just push through them. And I think most people, when it comes to speaking and when it comes to anything you need to do in your business, you don't give yourself a chance to get good at one thing before you're jumping on to the next thing. And let's be honest, there's so many trends out there. There's so many new things starting out. Oh, you should do ClickFunnels. Oh, no, you should do webinars. Oh, no, you should do Facebook ads. Oh, you should do a summit, or, you know, there's so many things. And I think one of the biggest problems is that you don't pick one lane to go down, right? So if you're going to do Facebook ads, become a master at Facebook ads. If you're going to do ClickFunnels, become a master at that. I chose speaking because the day that I went to speak at that event, a small local event in Donegal, literally did not do a great job. My hand was shaking profusely. I had to hold the microphone against my chin. I was so nervous, but I had a message. And I had a story to tell, and I had some great values to share with the audience in terms of getting sales and being able to get clients. And then I made a great offer. So by the end of the talk, 2 people wanted to hire me, and then a beautiful woman from Sligo invited me to speak at one of her events, which is going to have 200 to 300 people. And that floored me. I was just like, what? Are you serious? And then I remember saying to my mom, leaving the event that day, I was just like, Mom, I'm killing myself trying to get 2 or 3 clients every month. I just walked into an event, spoke for 30 minutes and was able to get 2 clients and get on stage in front of 200 to 300 people. I found my thing. And I was like, I don't care if I'm not good at speaking yet, but I'm smart enough to be able to figure this thing out. Right. And plus I wanted to travel. So straight away I thought, oh my gosh, could I speak in Dublin? Could I speak in Galway? And I had never really seen my own country before. So I just saw this as this great, amazing opportunity to start traveling around Ireland and inspiring business owners and helping them grow their business. And that's what I did. And literally 2 years after I discovered speaking, my business started making multiple 6 figures. I spoke all over America, all over Europe, all over Ireland, because I created a speaking tour, and there's 26 counties in Ireland, and I managed to speak in 19 of them. In 19 counties. So there's still 6 to go. So I still have a bit of work there. But it's not even that, but it was what happened to, it's who I became as a result of that. It's what I learned. It was the things that I pushed through. It was the times that I failed. It was times that I didn't do so well. It was the times where I really didn't want to do it, right? And what I learned about myself, I learned 2 things. And again, if you want to know how to speak more and how to make more in your business and you think it's complicated and you think you need to be famous, you don't. But you do need to have a system. You do need to understand how it works. You do need to be able to get gigs. You do need to be able to make offers. All of those things are really important. And what I love about speaking, that it translates into every part of your business. It translates obviously into any webinars you want to do, any events you want to do. And then, like me, I just speak and then I have somebody else type out what I say. So it works for me in emails. So I don't have to do writing anymore because to be honest, I can write, but it's not a passion. Speaking has become a passion, almost an obsession. And I love teaching my kids how to do the same thing as well. So 2 things that I learned about that. And, you know, one of the main things that I learned about that is, you know, when the universe is like calling to you, if you're getting like a knock and saying, you know, if you're feeling called to do something, do it. Don't wait. You know, I shared with you how I was sitting in that cafe in Paris that time and a voice is saying to me, Moira, go home. I mean, if I wasn't like open to possibilities and something different, and if I just trusted in myself, I probably wouldn't have taken that. I probably wouldn't have listened to that voice. Little did I know that that my mom had less than 5 years to live at the time. So yes, you know, we can all look at, oh, I moved away and I started my business, but for me, I really got to spend those last years of my mom's life with her. You know, being able to see her every day. She got to see me do well. She got to see me speaking on stages. She was my biggest fan. You know, she was really my partner in crime. But if I hadn't listened to that voice and followed my heart, I probably wouldn't have done this. And if I had kept on trying to, you know, learn every trick in the book in order to get clients and exhausting myself and not focusing on one thing that I could get good at and that was fun. And like most of you are already good speakers. Yeah, sure, you may not have Toastmasters graduations and you may not have certificates and all those amazing things, but most of you are already speaking in some capacity. And most of you are not recognizing that if you've done that, then you can do what I'm doing. And what I truly believe is if we choose one path to go down with our business, if we choose one strategy and become really, really good at it, that's when your business grows faster than you ever dreamed possible. And I think with speaking, the sky's the limit. And now with the virtual opportunity, I had to travel all over the world to get the clients I did. You literally just have to open your laptop and close it again, right? Get your office all hooked up with all the fancy stuff. I've got lights, cameras, microphones, all of that. That's all you need to do. So if you're hungry for success this year, if you see yourself on a stage and you're sick of like putting this off and looking at other people and saying, could I do that? Yeah, you could do that. You may not know exactly how to do it yet, but you can learn, right? It's not that I was a born speaker, and I don't really believe in like, she's got the gift of the gab or all of that. I've put a hell of a lot of time and energy and effort into learning this, but I do believe that we all have the skill set. I think we all have the skill set to do it. You just need to develop those, right? You just need to figure out what's the system of doing it, make it work, don't give up, even when you're afraid, keep going. And you can also use speaking to grow your business. And let's be clear, I'm not really talking about keynote speaking and getting paid thousands to get on stage. You can do that, but honestly, this is actually a faster path to do it. And the beauty is, if that is a dream of yours, going down the path that I train you on will help you get there even faster. Okay, so if that sounds interesting to you, if you're thinking, maybe I will give that a go, then I invite you to join the Speak More, Make More Challenge. It starts next Monday. I'm putting the link into the comments below. Please, if you want to ask me any questions, I'm an open book. Is this for me? Is it not for me? But really, when it comes to speaking, I think we all have this calling or this thing inside us that's pushing us saying, speak more, speak more, speak more. You just need to know how to do it properly. And when you do understand how to do it properly, nothing will stand in your way. Right? So if you want to bypass the obstacles, if you want things to go faster, if you're sick and tired of trying things that don't work, then you're going to love speaking. And maybe you're already speaking, but you're not really making any money from it. I'll show you where you're leaving money on the table without a doubt. In fact, probably within 5 minutes having a conversation with me, I'll show you where you're missing 25,000 or more. That's usually the average amount that I can find for people. So I hope this has been of value for you. If you haven't seen this, I also give away a really cool resource on my wall here. It was 50 events that my team have researched, mostly female business events. So if you're looking for speaking opportunities in 2022, if you comment, we'll email it to you. And if you register for the event and you join the VIP means that you get my eyes on your business throughout the challenge. We're in a smaller group before the main session begins, which means I can answer all your questions and give you customized answers and a whole bunch of other bonuses. So when you register for that, we also send you 25 podcasts that you can be a guest on. So loads of goodies. Literally, there's so much value going to be dropped at this. You're going to be so excited when you join. So I hope this was inspiring for you. I certainly enjoyed it. And I will see you on the challenge. Bye.